I'm James Eldon.
And I'm Abby Relic.
And this is
Most Compatible with a question mark. I'm going to do that different every time.
That's fine. Let's do it. So we did ghosting last episode.
Yes.
And we decided after a little chat we're going to cover an app. I don't know if we'll just do an ongoing series of apps. Oh, we'll cover all the apps eventually, but I don't know if we're going to go like app.
Yeah, we'll kind of mix it up a little bit, but we're going to go deep into the apps.
And this time we've chosen
Tinder.
Which I think can we call it the original?
Yeah, I would say that's the original app. I would say Tinder.
The first dating app was probably Tinder, right?
Yep.
Now, the funny thing is, when I first heard about it and was so misled, I was under the impression that they're like, oh, yeah, it's this app, and it tells you who's around, who's attracted to you.
Oh.
So I'm like thinking, I could be sitting at Pitfire Pizza, and I go on this app, and then there's somebody like...
There's a circle of women.
and one of them's interested in me.
Yes.
That's what I was led to believe, and that's not really what it is. It became this whole... it's global, which is an option. I don't know if you saw this. I was going through the app.
Yes.
Global is an option.
Yes.
Because I'm like maybe 0 to 50 miles, or 5 to 50 miles.
I cut it at 15.
Okay, fair enough.
That's a lot of driving.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, if I'm 5 to 50 miles, well, how is this person who's 3,000 miles away from me, showing up in my feed? Oh. And that's because they have the global thing, so they will pop up on yours. And again, that's why we're doing this, because I don't get to see what you see as far as the male accounts go.
Right.
You don't get to see what the female accounts go.
Right.
Unless you're sitting with a friend who's a guy and saying, oh, show me these profiles.
Right.
Which is one of the reasons why we started doing this podcast, to give you a little balance of what everybody sees on their end. Anything that stood out for you with Tinder as we were going through this?
Okay, well, I like that you could swipe or you could X. So that's kind of cool. They combined that aspect. But that's more just like, I like that feeling of swiping my phone. But Tinder used to be more of the hookup app, right? Like, it was more about sex.
Right, yeah. Sure.
I used Tinder for probably 2 hours. And I'll get into that more later. But so I wasn't very familiar with it. But now it's more dating. And I found it to be, you could be very specific. Like, okay, what was the question I wrote down? When you're making your profile, you have to say what you're looking for. You have to pick an emoji.
Oh, I guess it is. I guess it is an emoji that goes along with it, because I was looking at that as well. Like, so I'm like, oh, these are some interesting options. You've got short term into long term, short term to willing to do long term.
No, yeah, it was like short term or long term, or short term willing to do long term willing to do short term. Don't know, which is what I put.
Still figuring it out.
I thought that was interesting, because I was like, I don't like this, but you have to pick one. And then as I was going through these profiles, I was like, oh, I see the value in that. Like, I see you putting that.
It made you pick one.
Yeah, I tried to skip it and I couldn't.
Interesting, because I don't, like, I went in to look at the options, and I don't think I have anything listed on mine.
On your profile?
Yeah.
Did you pick one, though?
No, that's what I mean.
Oh, it didn't make you? Well, maybe I just don't know how to not pick one. Like, maybe I couldn't find the button to skip it, but for me, it wouldn't let me move forward. And I noted that. I was like, oh, you have to say why you're here.
Was this a recent thing, though? Did you sign up? Did you sign up recently?
Yeah, I signed up like 2 days ago to look into it, because I have no idea.
So you were never on Tinder to begin with?
I was on it for literally 2 hours.
in the past.
In the past, when I was first like exploring the dating apps, I was like, okay, like one of my friends said she preferred Tinder for dating because I thought it was still about just hookups. So I did it for like 2 hours. And I got off of it because I got a dick pic directly to my phone. And I was like, how do they have my phone number?
Wait, what?
I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't know how they got my phone number. And I was like, because I was like messaging somebody else. And anyways, I was like, okay, enough. I can't.
Was there a message that went along with it?
Yeah, I think I was like, it was just the dick pic. And then I was like, who is this? Is this so-and-so? And he was like, haha, no, it's so-and-so. And I was like, I don't know who that is.
Is it possible that it could have been coincidental? That you just happened to be on Tinder and at that exact same moment, some guy who you might have given your phone number to a while back happened to just... I mean, is it possible? Because I just don't see how...
Maybe. I don't know. It could have been coincidental, but there was somebody that I had right swiped on Tinder that, because I think later he sent me a picture, or he sent me like a shirtless picture. I was like,
what the fuck is wrong with people?
But I had not talked to him at all. I had just swiped right on him. So it was, I don't know. I was like just starting to use the other apps too. So it could have been jumbled, but anyways, I just deleted Tinder because I was like, it's too much.
Okay, I know we're talking about Tinder, but on that note, because two questions on this. Do you use multiple apps at the same time, or do you focus on one at a time?
Eventually, I did multiple. I started off just using one, and then I added a second one.
Okay, because I was doing 3. I think I was doing
yeah.
I would do Tinder. I was gonna say Binge, something totally different.
Binge,
Hinge, and then Bumble, which is
right.
Bumble and Hinge,
right?
Combined.
Those are Binge.
So the other thing is, because we brought it up, I think we touched on it in the first episode. We're talking about dick pics. And we said whether or not it was okay to ghost. When is it okay to send a dick pic? And is it ever okay to send an unsolicited one?
In my opinion, no. I think dick pics are okay if they're like, because I've heard, I don't really like them, but I've heard some girls do like them. So if they like them, I don't know. I think dudes just like give it a shot and see what happens. Like they're just like, the worst thing she can say is get away from me.
Or gross.
What if she likes it? You know, what do you think about that?
I would never send anything unsolicited.
Unsolicited, right. If it's solicited, yeah.
Well, yeah, sure, of course. I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how, depends on the person, I guess. It depends on where we're at relationship-wise. And it's just like, I don't know. That's a tough one because I also don't want it to be something that, there's a trust issue in that as well.
Totally.
Because I'm not going to play innocent and say that I haven't gotten anything or even requested anything in the past. But I will tell you.
Wait, you haven't requested anything? You have.
No, I said I'm not going to play naive and say that I haven't.
The double negative.
That's how we do it.
I know.
So that being said, if I do get the opportunity to receive it, I will never, ever share that with anybody.
Right.
I'm not going to sit there and say, "Hey, look what this girl sent me."
Right.
It's just that to me is a privacy thing. Like, and that's a privilege. If somebody's willing to send that to me, that's for my eyes only. I'm not bragging about it. I'm not showing somebody else. That's just, I don't know.
Well, you're one of the good ones, but yeah, I agree. It's a private thing. So I don't know, I think it should be solicited, and it's kind of makes it special. Like you're kind of like, ooh, you get to see this.
100%. Yeah. And that's why it's like, I'm not sharing that with anybody else.
Right.
And I think there's the fear with that as well. That you have that fear of like, well, I'd be willing to do it if I knew it wasn't going to go anywhere. And
right.
I don't know. That's my take on that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's a private thing, but it can be fun.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
Spice it up.
So the one thing I saw that Tinder does as well, and I wouldn't doubt if all of them do this now for safety purposes, and that's verified profiles.
Right, the like blue check mark or the blue shield. I think that's the verified. For most of them, it's a blue shield.
Yeah, I think theirs is a check mark. They got the blue shield not for health insurance purposes, but but for safety. That's where their safety and security things are, and I found that very interesting as well. And I don't know if we're going to get into that. I mean, we wanted to talk about trends, but I think we can also touch on what the apps offer as far as bonus material and things like that.
Right. Wait, but okay, so what did you think about Tinder? Did you like Tinder when you used it? Did you use it?
I did, and it was one of those things, well, I'm casting that net. I'm casting that net out there, and hopefully something will hook.
Yes. Casting the wide net with the circle of women. Yes.
I think I did get a hookup through Tinder once, a while back.
Yeah.
And it was in the middle of the night.
Yes. That's what I think Tinder's for. It's more hookup.
But again, it goes I'm like,
oh.
I know that for women, it's kind of the same thing. You got to play safe because it's like you still don't know out there from my perspective, from a guy's perspective, you don't know what woman out there, and it's like, all right, well, I'm the bait, and then my husband/boyfriend is going to be here, and we're going to beat the shit out of you and rob you.
Oh, I see. There's a safety factor, but that's with all the apps.
Sure, but I just, from a male perspective, that's what, that's where my mind might go when I'm like, this is too good to be true.
Right.
What's the catch?
Right.
And so, I think this is 2:00 in the morning.
Oh my God, I love it.
And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I need proof. First of all, I need proof that you're real, that you're not just some,
Right.
And then I also need proof that you're who you say you are, and that that the pictures match. And so, I think I did wind up going over to 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, and it was okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it was it was safe. She was who she said she was.
Yes, but. And I don't like that. This was an interesting situation. And I feel bad. I don't know if this is my story to tell. I don't really want to, it's not ragging on anybody, but this particular person had an addiction.
Oh, yeah. Well,
not the normal kind of addiction.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I think that's all you need to say.
No, I'm
oh, a sex addiction?
No, not that kind of. It was nitrous.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm talking canisters.
It's not funny. Most people have an addiction of some sort. I mean, really. But that one's interesting. That I've never heard of that.
I'm deliveries, 100 pack of the little,
Wow.
Yeah. And one right after the other.
Oh my God.
Even while we're going at it.
Yeah. Oh, shit. What a story, James.
I'm talking nonstop. Just, one canister's empty, switching it out, going to the next.
Tinder. Yeah, this is Tinder.
And I'm just like, you feel bad. You want to kind of reach out and kind of hey, maybe reel it in a little bit. Maybe give this a break for a little bit. But I think she said she'd been up 72 hours straight or something like that. Or 36. It was she had not been to sleep.
Oh my God, yeah.
So it was just, there's my Tinder hookup story.
That's the Tinder story on James' part. Yeah. Nice. That's a good one.
It's, yeah.
That's a good story.
It's a little scary. So with the verified profiles. So that's kind of good. I don't think they had that verified back then.
No, I think it's changed a lot. I do think it is geared more towards dating now. And the verified profile is part of that.
Which only takes, I think, you send a video, you do a selfie video or something like that, and if your face matches your profile pics, you're verified.
Yeah, it's. I think it's kind of like your Face ID on your phone. You know, they like hone in, they take the picture, they send it to the Tinder people, the Tinder elves. But really, they're like, okay, and then you get so that's good. I look for that on all the apps. I like the Blue Shield.
Again, not the insurance.
No, but it's a Blue Shield with like a check mark in it. It's verified. Yeah.
I haven't done it. I don't know why I haven't done it. Well, I'm not really active on the apps except for just research at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah. And then so we got the verified. And that's good. You know, the safety aspect is a good thing. I still think there's still some precautionary measures you should take. You know?
Totally.
You know?
Totally.
And then this is was this something else that you got a Spotify playlist? Did you take advantage of this?
Oh no, I didn't. Well, I don't really use Spotify. I use Pandora.
I'm more of a Pandora person as well. But you can kind of get this, you know, you can do this playlist, and you can have a theme song as well. Like this is my Spotify theme song.
Oh, that's cool
for Tinder.
I didn't see. That's cool. So it could be like, I am Abby, and it's like it'd be like, I know what song I'd use.
What song would you use?
All of the Lights by Kanye West. Because it's
okay.
I'm not going to sing it, but yeah.
I didn't take advantage of that. I didn't use it. I don't know what my song would be. It'd probably something stupid like "Eye of the Tiger."
Oh yeah, but that's good. Like it shows that like an aspect of your personality, what song you choose, right?
or the theme song from St. Elmo's Fire. I don't know. Something
nice.
So that was kind of an interesting thing. That they offer in that regard. So yeah.
I kept getting confused by there's an arrow, like you see someone's profile and there's their first picture and then there's a down arrow, and I kept like, but it's me, so I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, and when you push the down arrow, then the rest of their profile shows up.
I just learned that today.
Yeah, so that kind of confused me because I'm used to just the first screen is their picture and you just scroll up, right, and you see it.
100%. And that's one of the things that's kind of I don't want to say dangerous about Tinder, because if you're used to using, and that's where you gotta make sure you don't confuse the apps, because all of a sudden you're swiping left or you're swiping right on somebody that no.
That's what exactly. My finger was moving all around, and then somebody's picture would disappear, and I'd be like, I don't know which way that went. I have no idea where that went. So I was like, whatever.
You know, and I've seen this in profiles before as well, where like if I sent you a super like, it was probably a mistake.
Right. Right. Push somebody. I know.
I can't tell you how many times when I was going through this, how many times I boosted myself by mistake.
Right.
Which I think you get like one every 24 hours or something like that.
Yeah, so the boost I had never. Oh, maybe that's on Bumble too. I just never use it. Boost is like your profile pops up in more places for 30 minutes, I think.
Yeah,
that's what I
something
thought.
like that. Yeah, or you can do it for 2 hours. You can do 2 times. You know,
right.
You can do it for 120 minutes or something like that for 2 hours. You know.
So that was interesting because I've never used that. But I don't. Yeah, I guess you would just pop up more I don't know. In the algorithm, it changes you in the algorithm. That's what I think it does.
Yeah, you get seen more frequently. I think I was like 9.1 times boosted. So and I don't. Again, this is something that I'm not sure that the women get on your end,
right?
Because again, I think these are more they lean more towards the benefit of the woman.
Yeah.
So I think that some of the membership stuff, they might point more towards the men. I think men are more prone to pay. Agreed. So do you get that? Do you have that on your end as far as like the bonus?
So yes, there's memberships. Tinder has 3 which I was like looking at them. That was kind of confusing. They have Tinder Plus, they have Tinder Gold,
Right.
and they have Tinder Platinum.
Right. I was going through that as well. Yeah, it was very interesting.
So, and Tinder Gold's like the middle one. That's like medium, right? Probably the most popular. But
It is. It's the one, and it's the one they promote the most too. It'll
is.
pop up like as soon as you sign in. It's like, hey, Tinder Gold,
Right.
Which is 50% off your first month. Today,
Oh.
today only, first month.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, because I hadn't been on in a while. So,
So they give you. I got you.
so my account's still active. And so it was interesting because I could go back into previous conversations, see who I had matched with, see those
Right.
profiles as well. But so it was like, yeah, give me 24 hours for 50% off. First month, $12.49, and normally $24.99. Unlimited likes. See who likes you and boost your profile.
Yeah, so that's a membership. I think men are more likely to pay a membership because, again, I have never thought about how many people are seeing my profile because when I was using the apps, and I'm a woman, so I had matches coming in, but I wasn't necessarily, sometimes I would, but I wasn't going out there liking the men. I was usually pulling from who liked me already or who I matched with.
Now, did you pay for that or it automatically showed you?
Well, I mean, on Hinge, there's a category where people already liked you and you can pull from that without paying. But that's not Tinder.
See, that's interesting because I think that's only on the female side because I don't think you can do it on. You can't see the profiles on at least. We'll get into Hinge in a little while. But that being said, on that note as well, have you paid for the bonus stuff? I'm curious if you've done the listeners out there, not Abby, mind you. If you've done the Tinder Plus, your Tinder Gold, if you've done Tinder Platinum, what have you paid for? Whether you're male, female, trans, what have you paid for as far as this particular app goes? If you want to talk about other apps, feel free. And then also on that note of hookup stories, whether your person has an addiction or not.
That one is so interesting.
And we're going to hear that right now in just a second. But we want to hear your story. So make sure you send that to mostcompatiblepodcast@gmail.com or leave it in the comment section down below because we'd love to hear these stories so we can share them. Or so our other listeners or watchers can read that in the comments below. So let's hear your story.
Oh, my story?
You have a hookup story, didn't you?
From Tinder?
Maybe. I don't know. How many hookup stories do you have from the other apps?
Oh, I have... No. I'll get there when we get to the other apps. No, for Tinder.
Oh, that's right. For 2 hours. You didn't get a hookup on Tinder in the 2 hours you were there?
No, I think I did exchange numbers with a fireman who was pretty funny and interesting, but he lived kind of far. But it was like a nice banter. So I did have one like positive connection.
What's too far?
I don't remember, but I was busy and I was like, it's going to take me like 45 minutes to drive there and vice versa. And it's not like he was the only person I was talking to. I had other options and I'm sure he did too. So it was just like, hey, this is fun. Okay. See you later. Bye.
See, I think that's the difference. I think a guy is like 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back.
Exactly.
15 minutes while I'm there.
Yes.
On a good day.
Yes. I think, men will do what they want to do. Yeah. This is something I've learned. Men, if they want to do it, they will do it. We're more like it's not like women just sit there, but you kind of, in some sense, can just sit there. They're going to come to you.
I did get, and it was kind of misleading. I did get one offer as well one night. And she was like,
like, hey, you want to come over?
Yeah. And I'm like, all right. And I'm like going through the pictures. I'm like, yeah, okay. All right. This could happen. And then I got there. I'm like, oh, no.
Oh, she didn't look like her pictures?
No. There was a little bit of a misrepresentation.
Yeah. I've heard that a lot.
And I kind of hung out there for 2 hours. And I'm like, I kind of want to just leave now. And
yeah.
But again, like I said, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So I hung out. I'm like, this is just, I'm not feeling this is not going to happen. I think after 2 hours, I was like,
gotta go. Yeah. You should do what you want. That's,
Well, of course.
You know my philosophy. Do what you want.
Well.
You're just being polite, which is nice. It's kind. That's a good quality.
The other thing that popped up as I was swiping as well on Tinder, and I don't know if you get this on your end, was you received 5 likes.
Oh yeah, that. Oh, I want to.
Don't keep your matches waiting. Get Tinder Gold to see them. See who likes you.
See, so I did think that Tinder promoted the paid membership a lot. Like the other apps, I didn't feel like I needed to use it. This one, yeah, they promoted pay us quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like even, yeah, it is like recently active. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. When you pull up like your chat, it's like, oh, so-and-so likes you. And if you click on it, then it's like, get Tinder Gold.
Well,
or you have 99 plus new matches. And I know I don't have that many new matches. That's the other thing. I've been on this for 2 days. After like an hour, it said you have 99 plus matches. And I was like, no, I don't.
Is it matches or likes?
Matches. This says new matches. And I haven't matched, like, I know that's not true.
Because you didn't swipe right that many times.
I did not swipe right that many. I swiped right, not even close to that many times. So, just saying.
Interesting. Yeah, so my boost, it was up to 9.1 times views. Your boost was a success. Boost, again, to get up to 9.1 times more profile views.
Right.
Or go see who checked you out, and again.
Get Tinder Gold.
Get one free boost every month.
Right. Yeah. You get one free boost. I didn't even see how much like it is just to pay for a boost, because if I clicked one more button, my Apple Pay would kick in. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. So the other thing, and here's something that while we're talking about things that pop up, the one that popped up today as I was doing some research was secret admirer.
Is that on Tinder?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, basically what it is, it's just another ploy. All of these are ploys to try to get you to join and pay for some kind of a membership. And
totally.
So it's like secret admirer. And then they do this thing where it's like, they give you 4 squares. Uh-huh. Oh, pick which one is it? Who is it?
Oh,
and it's, you know damn well it's all 4 of any picture you choose.
Right.
And it could be the same person.
Right.
You don't know. And then of course it's like, oh, so and so likes you, and then it's like, hey, pay for Tinder Gold.
Yeah, Tinder Gold.
So I mean that's that thing, where it's just always anything that they're offering you, anything like that. It's remember, guys, this is a business. They're just trying to make money somehow.
Yeah, and you can use it without paying. It's a useful tool. Okay, and I'm looking. It's not a blue shield. It's a blue check mark. Just so that's clear, it's a blue check mark.
Yeah, and they don't have a blue check mark insurance policy about it.
No. Yeah, and I anyway, like the looking for long-term open to short, that's what this guy says. Like that's kind of, I saw the value in that, because it is like, okay, yeah, now like now a lot of guys on my end, a lot of dudes that were like looking for short-term open to long. So that means they want to hook up, but they're okay if they end up liking you. Right? So I know that looking at their profile, that I didn't think I would think that was cool, but I do. I like that. That's pretty cool.
Sure. And when I first looked at that, and then I had to go back in and I had to look at the other options, because I was going to ask you, I'm like, short-term open to long, that just sounds like you just want to hook up.
It means you want, that's what you're on the app for, but if it turns into something, they're okay with that.
Yeah, sure. But it also, the other thing they do have is they also have short-term fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
So that's
sexy.
a hookup.
Yeah, yeah.
But did you notice the one thing that Tinder doesn't have that some of the other apps have?
Huh.
Marriage. They talk about the kids, but there's nothing on there that says, hey, looking for marriage.
Oh, they didn't. Oh, I see.
They'll talk about the kids, but there was nothing like, as far as like looking for relationship stuff, that said looking for wanting marriage.
Huh.
So yeah, take a look at that, because it was
I thought there was an option like looking for long term. I guess long term is like 2 hearts. It's like a love.
Yeah.
That's somebody looking for some. Oh, but long term doesn't mean marriage per se.
Exactly.
Yeah. I see.
So that was kind of interesting that Tinder doesn't. I'm curious. Have you used the listeners out there? Have you guys used the looking for new friends? I'm curious if you actually use that, because I think one of the other apps, and again we'll get into that when we get to it. has like a business option, like, friends, business, and then dating.
Friends, business, and dating.
Yeah, I think it's like like for networking or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's on some of the other ones too. You can be on there to make friends or to make like network connections. I don't know anyone that's used these apps for that, but that's an option.
What do you use Tinder for, listeners? That's what I want to know. I'm curious what you use some of these apps for. So we got the profile boost. We got the Tinder Gold. What you're open to, men, women, and everyone. Right.
So those are the three options: men, women, everyone. I guess.
Yeah.
That's on the other apps too. I know.
Yeah. Well,
it's usually just three, but
yeah. Distance is one of the things, and then you got the age range, which they all do. But the one thing they do with this one is age range with option to only show.
I didn't understand what that meant. To only show.
I think what it's saying is like, don't show me anything outside my range.
Oh yeah. I see. Yeah, like if you start swiping too many lefts, so the algorithm will kick in and give you a little outside the box.
Yeah.
This is like, like more strict. Like, this is my age range. That's it. Right.
Yeah.
I think Bumble has that one too. And I think they have that one too. But it's interesting.
And then we talked about, you kind of touch base on it, is they have the heart or X to like or dislike besides the left or right, besides the swipe left, swipe right. Yeah.
And then they have the circle arrow so you can go backwards, but I think you have to pay for it.
Then exactly. And that's why I was wondering if that's like that for women as well. Like it rewinds for a price with a subscription. So again,
right.
Are they biased towards women saying, "Oh, you don't have to pay for that. We'll give it to you for free."
I don't think
you did have
so.
to pay for it. Okay.
No, all those options, the Tinder Gold thing, when it pops up on my end, it pops up on your end too. That's the same. I do think that men are just more likely to pay. But it could be a decision. You're like, okay, I'm dating this month, so I'm going to use this. It might make you use, I don't know.
Sure. No, outside of Tinder, because you were only on it for 2 hours. Have you ever paid for the bonus stuff?
No, I never did.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
I thought about it with one. No, I never really thought about it. Sorry, my stomach is growling.
It's funny. Mine was too before we started this. So that might be mine. I don't know.
It's lunchtime.
Yeah, there you go. There's something that's it hasn't popped up too many times on Tinder that I've seen. But the personality traits or profiles, the INFJ-Ts and the INFP.
What is that?
Introverted, intellectual, feeling, and perception.
It's introverted.
Yeah.
Yeah, the personality types. There's like, ENTP, INFJ, that type. I forget what that's called.
Do you? I'm not trying to
say what you want to say.
No, I'm not trying to bash. I'm not trying to bash the psychology behind it. But do you buy into that? Because I don't think that you can really put somebody in a box that this is what you are, this is your personality, and this is who you're gonna attract. And I don't know if I buy that.
So I have a strong opinion on this. Anyone that put that on their profile, it wasn't like I wouldn't swipe right, but I was like, I don't know what this means, and I don't know if this shows any sort of. This is not what I care about. I don't care about what your personality type is, what your star sign is. I don't care about that. So I don't buy into it at all.
And this goes, we've talked about this before, and this is on that note, this is what I got today. And this is one I've never seen. Swipe right swipe left if you're a Libra.
Swipe left if you're a Libra. I know why. I know what they say about Libras.
Okay, tell me.
Libras are like kind of flighty and cheaty. Okay. whatever. I think star signs are fun and interesting, and I do see similarities. Like, I have a joke with a friend where we're both like, we're both Sagittarius. Yeah, we rule. Like, it's like, I get that, but I don't live by that. So I don't, it's fun.
Right, but does that mean you're not going to get along with somebody? Does that mean you're not going to connect?
I think that's for each person to find out. I do see patterns, right? So that's what the joke about the Libras is, that they're like flaky and they cheat. That's the joke. It doesn't mean every Libra is going to cheat or be flaky. It's just that's like the stereotype of Libras, right? So each of them. And I do see patterns. I see a lot of patterns with I'm not even going to say anymore. But
what about you guys out there? Do you not buy in? Does the personality or your sign,
your star sign,
or their star sign affect your decision whether or not you're going to swipe left or right on somebody?
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Then that was by the way, because we're having for those of you that are watching, we're listening as well. We're having issues being found on YouTube because most compatible goes into, believe it or not, whether or not your star sign is compatible with whatever, and that's all the videos that pop up. But it takes forever to find ours.
We're working on it.
So when we were talking about like, all right, most compatible may not work for YouTube, that's the one that I was thinking of a different title of the show, which would be Swipe Left if you're a Libra.
Did you see that on somebody's profile though? Because that
today.
Oh, that's hysterical. That probably actually means they dated a Libra and they're not doing it anymore.
Well, the other aspect that she did say as well was swipe left if you're a Libra or traveling.
Or traveling, yeah, specific. I did find on Tinder like there's. People got specific. Like, I took some screenshots. Wait, what am I doing?
Yeah, I was going through that as well.
Yeah,
I found a really interesting one as well. And yeah.
Yeah, this one, like this guy says in all caps, no endless texting. Talk on phone or video chat. So he's like, he doesn't want to just text back and forth all the time. That's what but it's like and
I don't blame him.
Caps.
I don't blame him.
Totally. He's being specific. Do not discuss crypto or investments.
Because he knows about those scams.
Oh, I see. See, I was like, what do you mean? You don't want to talk about crypto? That's it. But I see. He's saying no scams.
Pretty much. Because again, I think we talked about it in our introductory episode that that it's not legit. And a matter of fact, I was going through this when I was talking about our first episode with a coworker. I had an old conversation that was saved in like WhatsApp or Signal or something like that, where it was like, oh, what do you do? I invest. It's a good time, with the pandemic and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, this isn't.
Those are scams. Yeah. And after we talked about that, when I first got on the apps, there was a couple of them that they were like, do you want to switch to WhatsApp? And I was like, I don't even know what WhatsApp is. And I was like, bye. But I didn't think it was a scam. I just was like, no, let's chat here. Why would I chat somewhere else?
Well, here's the thing. It's like, why do we need... Here's my take on that, because WhatsApp and Signal, and I think there's one other one, they're encrypted.
Right.
So
exactly.
There's more privacy. And so therefore, if there's anything that's discussed that might be there, it's a safety net for that scammer who's trying to do something like that. Because here's the thing. If I want to have a talk outside of the app, which is fine, because I don't always check the
phone.
App. Right. 100%. Because I'll be honest, I don't check the app.
Right.
So I'll be like, hey, go ahead and here's my number. If you want to text,
Same.
I'd rather do that because I don't have notifications on.
Same. That's I'll clarify. I was good chatting on the apps, and then if we wanted to take it further, why would you not just get my phone number? Why would we talk on WhatsApp?
100%. So let that be a red flag to you guys that if they want to switch over to WhatsApp, there's usually probably a scam behind it. That's my guess. I'm no.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm no app expert by any means. I don't run these things, so I can't tell you what people are up to and things like that.
Yeah. Because they can also be in another country too. You can talk. WhatsApp is for talking in different countries. That's, I think, how it started, right? It was
I can't be for sure. I really don't know about that, because it could, because I mean, you've got Facebook Messenger that kind of did the same thing, and it could be for.
Oh yeah. That's true.
I was under the impression it was for encrypted messaging, but I think that's more Signal. So WhatsApp could have been exactly for
both.
It could be. I wouldn't doubt. Languages was options as well. That was on Tinder. You could do languages, basics, lifestyles, interests, and then they read highlight. If you're swiping, when you're swiping, and somebody's profile comes across, if you have matching interests, it's highlighted in red. Oh, movies and reading.
You also have movies and reading.
I like movies and reading.
Yeah.
So that's kind of an interesting thing.
That's cool.
The other thing that I noticed that Tinder has as well is profile sharing.
Yeah, I saw that too. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, so it's like, my friend Philip. I don't think I know a Philip. My friend Philip would really like this person. So
right. But for girls, it's going to be more like, hey, what do you think of this guy? That's what it's going to be more of.
Well, maybe I would do that with Philip too.
Yeah, it's for either, but it's like, hey, what do you think of this person? Like, hey, I think you would like this person. Yeah. So that's cool. I like that too.
The one thing that I came across a little bit with Tinder as well, and the funny thing is that I did notice that I didn't find as many filter pics, which I would have thought that Tinder would have been prime for filters, and I didn't find that many this go round. I felt like in the past they were always there. Almost every profile had a filter, and I didn't. But the one thing that I saw a few times, and it's a little sus, hidden face pics, either from behind or the hair's covering or there's a hat, and the one profile that made this stand out for me was the fact that they were pretty professional looking pictures.
Oh, like
because somebody else took them.
Right.
They weren't selfies. They were either from a distance or again, they were under a hat. So somebody else is taking these pictures, and it was a really good camera. So I can't help but think that
maybe they're proud of the picture. I don't know. I wouldn't pick.
There was not one picture on that profile that showed that person's face.
Interesting.
And I'm kind of curious. To
weird.
me, that's I don't know. To me, that's kind of I don't want to show my face because I don't want to run across, and I want to talk to you about this as well.
Oh.
Because it has happened. I don't want to run across anybody that I know, especially if you're looking for a hookup.
Oh, yeah, that's possible.
So.
Wow.
Yeah. So. Have you ever run across anybody that you know? Have we talked about this?
Yes, we have. Okay. I have run across a couple people that I know. Not on
that's
Tinder.
Right. That's right. And you swiped right.
And I always am like, hey, what's up?
That's right. So that's what I think that is. The other thing that Tinder does as well is when you swipe left on somebody, they say, if it was somebody who liked you, they say, oh, you just missed a match.
Yeah. I think they do that on some of the other ones too.
Yeah.
They're like, again, they're trying to get money.
That's my point. It's a ploy. It's like, oh, damn it, I don't remember who that was. I just swiped left.
Yes.
If I pay for it, I can find out exactly who that was. They do this goofy thing, emoji match. What? It's a game. Oh
yeah, I liked the section on Tinder where there's you could be like, I want to meet someone tonight. I want to. Wait, let me just pull it up.
Yeah, it was, and that was one of the ones that they
emoji match. Yeah,
it was a game. It's
that's cool.
Yeah, I think it was a game. It's oh, okay, I'm going to send you this. What movie is it, or something like that? I think that's how it worked.
Coffee date. Take me to your favorite. So then this I thought was cool.
Yeah, they offered a whole bunch of different options on how you could get to meet people.
Yeah. Animal parents, foodies, gamers, creatives.
Yeah, there was a spotlight.
That. That's cool.
Free tonight, down for something spontaneous, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Photo verify we already talked about. Spotlight, looking for love. Let's be friends, maybe even besties.
Yeah.
Coffee date, like you said. Go out with someone in real life.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool.
there's a gamers
Yeah.
section. So I mean, like they really do. Music lovers, nature lovers, Wanderlust, if you want to go for the German pronunciation. But they really kind of do have this thing where,
Yeah.
they kind of like they can base it on an interest. So I kind of think that they've taken themselves a little more seriously compared to their reputation of being.
Yeah, I don't think it's just for hookups anymore. I think it is more geared toward dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was the group your likes. So they give you the maximum distance. They give you the age range, which is 18 to 100 plus.
18 to 100 plus is the age range? Nice.
And
I once had a client that was 103. 100 plus.
I don't even know what to say to that.
A client, not...
Oh, no. No, I knew what you meant.
Yeah,
but
okay.
Let's make sure that our listeners know that that's exactly what you're talking about. You can also base it on the minimum number of photos that profile has. So they won't show you any, if it's just 1 or 2 pictures. They won't show you that if you specify that in your profile. Yeah. Interests, and then and then you can also check off whether or not they are photo verified or has a bio. Like you can skip it if they don't have a bio. You can put that as an algorithmic aspect as well.
Nice.
And then of course upgrade to Tinder Gold for more top picks. So I guess there's 99 likes and then you have top picks.
Yeah, there's that
else,
section.
yeah.
Top picks, but you have to have some sort of subscription or pay. Yeah.
Now, I can't help but think that these are not my top picks because Cheyenne 26, Lifesaver, Steph 26, and Stephanie 23 are looking for
this is where
the sugar daddy right here in this seat.
This is where the most compatible question mark comes in, because sometimes the people that they choose as your top picks, I'm like, what? But
most compatible?
Most compatible? That's like shocked.
So yeah, so emoji match is exactly that. So you throw some emojis in and you combine emojis to describe Mean Girls as an example that they give on that. So and then you can start the game with whoever you might match with.
Right.
And I have obviously in the 2 hours you were on it. You never played with it. What about you guys? Have you guys done the emoji match? Did it work for you? Did you find it brought more options for conversation? I'm curious if you any of these options, any of the coffee date, the spontaneity, and I'm wondering if the spontaneity is more for a hookup as well.
One of my top 10's name is Athlete. That's not his name. There's no age. His name is just Athlete.
I got one today that was, and I saved it. It was her name was, it was Trouble.
Nice. Nice.
And she was a flight attendant.
Of course.
And I'm just like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I saved it, but it was just like, it was definitely, and then if you looked at the pics, it was like scantily.
Trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Trouble. Yeah.
And, a butt pic, bra pics up close and things like that, So it's just like, okay, definitely a hookup kind of a thing. So,
right.
But I don't.
Which if you want that, great.
Again, no, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
Yeah.
Look, if there's an app for it and you can,
Yeah, that's why this guy's name is Athlete, because he's like, do you want an athlete?
And that's why her name is Trouble. Do you want trouble?
Do you want trouble? Yeah. They're being honest.
Yeah. So there were also, that was the other thing as well that they actually got into as well that we did kind of talk about was safety. Mm-hmm. They have the, harassment, how to deal. If you see something, say something. 7 times it's perfectly acceptable to ghost someone.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. A little article you can read. Yeah.
The basics, online dating safety quiz, Tinder community guidelines quiz, your IRL guide, what to report, how to report, what happens after I report.
Right.
Consent 101.
Nice.
So, I mean.
That's good.
Yeah. Tinder X Garbo. Tinder is working with Garbo to encourage a safer online dating experience with everyone.
Nice.
So yeah, crisis text hotline. Yeah. Privacy settings and how to unmatch, so they really do kind of.
Yeah. I like that it was specific. So I think Tinder gets specific, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I see why. I don't know. I think it's a good dating app.
It's not bad. Yeah. I mean, and then we also have resources. They have Planned Parenthood.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Nice.
National Domestic Violence Hotline and National Human Trafficking Hotline. So, and then National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, Cyber Civil Rights Initiative, FBI Internet Crime Complaint Center, for those of you who are getting scammed by investors.
Cool.
So
they're...
Yeah, they're doing it. LGBTQ National Help Center, Trans Lifeline, and It's On Us, and then as well as Crisis Text Hotline.
Yeah,
so.
they want it to be a positive experience. I like that.
Did you when you did your profile, how many pictures did you use? All 9 slots?
No, I think I used 5. I usually use 5 or 6 on mine because I think it's enough, but it's not like okay.
What was your profile? What did you? What did
well,
you, what
I
did
use
you
the
say?
same pictures. Oh, let me see.
Yeah. So
I'm one of the ones that would not write a bio, actually. But I was just exploring. I would probably write a teeny little bio. That would.
I think there's too much. I think you can say way too much. I mean, because again, my profile was still active, and so it hadn't been like deactivated.
I didn't write a bio.
Did you wait? Is there a face to that picture? And it's just okay.
So I use this picture on every single one.
Got it. This is
this is my profile.
Yeah.
My profile, I'm usually like, hey, I smile a lot because I do, and I'm fun. But also, a lot of times I don't wear makeup. So there's one with makeup, and there's one with a K on my forehead. So that's what because it's, Anyways.
Yeah. So, I mean, and I wrote one a while back, and it was just like, I don't know what a good profile is as far as bio. So I swipe left more than I swipe right. I know more of what I don't want than what I do. Please just be at least somewhat sane. We can debate about the definition of that in person. Also, if you're only here to gain Instagram followers, I'm probably not your guy.
Nice.
Because again, that was something else. There was
specific.
Here's my Snapchat. Here's my
like you're not trying to make
Instagram.
Social media friends. You're like dating. Yeah.
And that was
when you're on them. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a couple other things that they hit on, is like the demisexual stuff, and which sometimes I'm a little on the older side. I got to look some of this stuff up, so I don't really.
I do too. I don't know all the terms. Even when you just said sus, I was like, I know what that is. My sister-in-law told me what that is. What is it? Okay, I got it.
I kind of wanted to beat myself up, kick my own ass for actually using that.
Well,
I don't think I've ever used that term before in my life.
That one and bet.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Bet means like you can bet on it, like for sure.
You just say the word bet?
Bet. Like if I'm like, okay, I'll be there at 12:30, you could say bet. For sure. Or wait, no, I don't know. My friend had to teach me that, and I made a lot of fun of her for using that word. But
that's almost as bad as back when I did Uber and Lyft. There was a kid. I was telling him this idea for a webisode thing that I was going to do, and he literally looked at me. He's like, "Lol."
Oh, LOL.
I'm like, dude, that's not really how
lol.
That's not how LOL works.
I know people that say LOL. They don't say.
That's not.
They don't say lol, but they say LOL.
Then it's a misrepresentation because you are not laughing out loud. If you actually have to say LOL, you are not laughing out loud. Do you? I think the other apps offered as well. So since you were only on Tinder for a short amount of time, have you ever hooked up like your Instagram profile to it so they can look at other pictures?
No, because I didn't really look at other people's Instagram too. I'm just more private. Like I'm like, if 100%. You match with me, if you're just on the app, I don't want you to see my Instagram because you could be crazy and you could figure out a way to stalk me from Instagram. Like I want to give you Instagram's like a special thing. That's like, I know you and I trust you. Or I know that you're not crazy. I guess you can't really know that, but I didn't want just any Joe looking at my Instagram.
I mean, your Instagram's not crazy.
No, it's not crazy. And I need to post more, but it's like whatever. I don't really post that much, but I'm private. Let's just leave it at that.
Fair enough. Yeah. So, one of the things we did talk about as well, especially when it came to the apps, is patterns in pictures. Did you find patterns on Tinder? And we might find that the profiles are very much alike and that the same pictures that do pop up on some of these. And the ones that there's a lot of bathing suit pictures on my end, a lot of party pics, and thong pics.
Yeah, shirtless.
There we go.
A lot of shirtless.
Yeah,
a lot of shirtless.
Yeah.
Wait, let's see. Oh yeah, there's boxing in action.
Yep. Some kind of sports, some kind of activity. The one that.
Yeah.
The one that I found today that was I found two that I never really noticed before, and that was high-rise pictures from a high-rise that with the world in the background, the city in the background.
Interesting.
Yeah, and in front of water pics.
Oh yeah, I did see a lot of in front of water pics or like activity on the water.
Yeah. So it was either in front of a pool, in front of a lake, in front of the ocean, in front of an exotic beach, So I found that those are ones that I never really realized that were out there. That, usually I'm used to the car selfies, which there were plenty of those again. Plenty of bathroom selfies as always.
There's a lot of suit pictures on mine, like them at a wedding. That's... like I'm in a suit and tie. That's what I look like when I'm nice, which is I have a wedding picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing. I think it's like this is what I look like
all dressed up.
Cleaned up and
sparkly gown
whatnot.
one.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like fancy.
What pictures do you look for? Are there pictures that you guys look for out there when you guys are swiping, or do pictures even matter? Well, not that pictures don't matter. Is it the type of picture that matters? Close-ups? Is it the fancy pictures, or are there pictures you don't like that you just like, nope, I don't want to say a red flag. Are there red flag pictures for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's but red flags, I'm like, okay, I'm going to look at this thing sometimes. Sometimes it's not a left swipe. Sometimes I'm like, I'm going to be wary of this part right here. But I think really only it's the filter pictures, or like, okay, if in their bio, they're making all these demands, like, and then their first picture is a picture of them in a group, so you don't even know which one it is.
Drives me nuts.
That's a red flag for me, because I'm like, you need a very specific person, but then you're not even aware enough to put your best representation of yourself as your first picture. Done.
The one that comes up a lot as well, I didn't see it too much, was the angel wing pictures. Like on
angel wing pictures.
Yeah, on the side of buildings, they'll have the painted angel wings.
Interesting.
And there's always a profile pic with
the angel wings.
Yeah, and I don't know if you probably have never seen guys with angel wing pics. I don't
remember.
There's not. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Well, there's nothing angelic about us guys.
Trying to see if any good ones pop up.
We need some devil horn pics. That would make more sense for us.
Yeah.
The one thing that also came up that they had an option to check off on Tinder was better in person.
Oh yeah, I thought that was interesting too. You can like put that on your profile as better in person. That was a little. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Well, I would probably check that off, because I'm like, look, we can banter back and forth, and you're not going to get my personality in this texting.
Yeah, I'm aware that I'm on an app. I'm an adult, so also everyone should be better in person.
Well, yeah. I found that because I
would be like, you're probably not better in person if you're going to put that on your profiles. I bet, like, I am not going to put that on my profile. I'm like, we're either going to get along or we're not. If you put that on your profile, see, it's like the no drama thing. Like when you put no drama on your profile, I'm like, you're drama. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I found that sometimes and again, because I play with the age range to kind of see what the trends are, even younger and older, but I found that there were a lot of body pics with the younger.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
A lot of breast pics
Yeah.
or cleavage pics, a lot of thong pic, like not just like I'm gonna like it's like upfront and personal kind of thing. Yeah. A lot of that, or
because they're flaunting it. They're in their 20s, right? So they're
I found it in their 30s as well.
Oh,
a few 30 profiles.
They're still in their 30s. Yeah.
I also found a lot of boomerang or video snippets.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
but on the younger ones. You don't really find that on the
because that looks cool. Like boomerang is cool, so it makes things look cooler than what the reality is. So yeah.
And
I
a
understand
lot
that.
and a lot of pet pics. Pictures of your, not even with the owner.
Yes.
Just here's my pets. Here's my nowadays here's my kids.
Oh yeah. Oh, they put their kids on their
No.
profile?
So I've seen that. I've seen some profiles with their kids in their in their profile. What did we determine about what did platinum give you? We never really talked about plus and platinum. I want to wrap that. I want to touch on that before we wrap it up.
I mean, Tinder Gold was the main one. I don't know. I think Tinder Platinum. I didn't really compare them a ton.
Right. But
I did look up like Tinder Plus. Wait, let's see. I can't even find it.
Okay. Yeah. It's what it was. It was message before matching for Tinder Platinum.
Message before matching.
Yeah. Add a message for free with every super like you send, and that's at $6.
Yeah.
It's $89.99 for 6 months, $15 a month.
Right.
Yeah.
And
then you also get including top picks, unlimited likes, 1 boost a month, 5 super likes a week, rewind, and passport. So yeah.
Yeah, I think in Tinder Plus,
and see who likes you. Match instantly with people who like you. Well, can't you do that? Can't you do that anyways? If you match instantly with people who. Oh, that's interesting. Why would I want to match with somebody who likes me if I don't know who? Like you automatically.
Yeah, I think
I haven't even seen your profile yet.
It's too much. Yeah, yeah.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, so that's why I think the Tinder Gold seems like the most. Like Tinder Plus, you get some of these options, but like one of the options on Tinder Gold is like unlimited likes. I'm sure it's not unlimited on Tinder Plus. Or you get like unlimited rewinds where you can go back on Tinder Gold, and on Tinder Plus you get like 1 or 2 or 3 per month or something. There's more like a limit. Right. I don't know the details, but yeah, it's.
I don't know what the legalities are behind this. I would love to make it a point, especially at least for the video version, that for the people that are watching, to be able to show some of these profiles. Now, obviously, we'd have to, blur out the faces,
right,
to protect the innocent, But so because there's one that came across, and it's first pick cleavage pick. 44-year-old 44-year-old cleavage.
44-year-old cleavage.
That's what I meant to say.
Nice.
44-year-old profile. Looking to be the girl someone sings about in love songs. Funny, intelligent, witty too. Mother of 2 amazing girls looking for something long term. And the first pic you show is a cleavage pic.
Yeah,
no face. Nothing.
You match with no drama.
And then a really awkward, like front pic, but showing your back. It just didn't, like, I think it's in a mirror, so you kind of get both.
Oh, front pic showing your, yeah, I don't know. Like you get both sides of the body, so you can see the whole body.
Yeah, but it's like an awkward expression. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Just like,
oh dear. Yeah.
I would like to see some
matches with no drama for sure. For sure. Like,
I would like, if you're going to do something like that, I would have a little confidence. This one doesn't make much sense.
Oh wow, it's like a blurry chin to here. That's it.
There's a little cleavage in there, and then some cut off shorts.
Oh yeah, so I know what she's trying to do. She's trying to, because dudes like to look. If they want sex, they're gonna like looking at these pictures.
Right, sure. But
and she's saying like, I'll give you more of these. I'm willing to do this.
But if you're looking for a long-term relationship, is that really the...
Oh, I forgot that's what she put.
You know what I mean? That's where I'm a little curious. Is that really what you want to put out there? You know?
Oh, yeah.
And HMU, my notice are off on here.
Okay, what does HMU mean? Hit me up?
Yeah.
I think that's what it means.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I have to learn these things.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. HMU, my notice are off on here. BTW, I'll always love my dog more than you.
Oh wow! Wait, this is the same profile?
No, we've switched.
Oh, we've switched. Okay.
Take a guess. I want to write it in the comments down below. I want to guess as to how old that profile is.
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
28. Oh no.
What do you?
48.
22.
22.
Oh yeah, the biggest hint should have been HMU and notice. My notice.
Oh yeah. See, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think that Tinder is. I don't think it's what it used to be. I think they've really kind of tried to up their game and try to really stand out.
Yeah, I agree. It's like I said.
This is
a good one.
This is one that came up. This is one I'd never seen before that came up today. So, first of all, if your profile is "I'm the smartest human being in the whole universe,"
that's so good.
and then follow it up with anyone want to marry me?
I am the smartest person ever, but
and this
please marry me.
And this is red flags. Red flags. You're married. You say you have over 12 friends.
Over 12? Okay.
You read weird.
That's
and I don't think
awesome.
that means you read books backwards, but I think that's like you give off a weird vibe.
Okay. But I took it literally. I was like, you read weird. You
Can you hold the book upright?
Can't read. Are you when you speak the words? It sounds weird.
Hooked on phonics, work for me.
That's what.
And then here we go. Minimum height requirement to ride the ride.
Yes.
5'9".
Yes. Minimum height requirement. Yes.
Now I started this off saying this is something I'd never seen before, and it's none of those. That is not the thing that I was referring to. There was a YouTube. It's not a link because you can't click on it, but it's the address to a YouTube video and a timestamp.
Oh.
And it talks about being a feminine. It's interesting, being a feminine male attracted to a masculine female, or vice versa. And it's a guy who's giving dating advice and why you're attracted to this type of person. And the interesting thing is this woman did not come across as masculine.
Oh, but she's like, saying like I'm more masculine.
I don't know because it's hard to say because you're dealing with the smartest person in the whole universe.
Yes, exactly.
So you don't. It was just a really interesting thing that you gave a YouTube address and a timestamp to something very specific.
Yeah.
So I found that.
Well, that's like her viewpoint. She feels strongly about it. That's what I'm going to assume.
Yeah. And then another. That's kind of fun. And this is kind of sad to me. You're a 32-year-old woman, and your bio is just another Barbie girl in a Barbie world made of plastic. It's fantastic. And this is somebody who's just had a ton of work done.
Yeah.
And I think it's breast implants, butt implants,
right,
lip implants. And like you're 30, you're 32.
Yeah. But she's saying, at least she's putting it out there.
Yeah, I guess.
So if somebody has an issue with that.
And she's an Aquarius. Who said... if you're a Libra, swipe left.
Oh, she's the one who said, yeah. There you go. She's being specific. That's good.
The other interesting thing that I found today as well is I found a profile come across twice. I swiped left on it, but this person came back again. Like, those pictures look familiar.
Right.
There weren't as many pictures in this one. Same person, only 3 pictures, but the profile was exactly the same.
Yeah.
Refined old soul. I value connection, depth, and purpose. Also, let's left. I work with legends in film and TV and different mediums to preserve cinema history. Incredibly ambitious and driven.
Yeah. She's passionate about what she does.
She's also 29.
She's 29.
This was interesting. Casually looking for something serious.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. So
that's what I did, but I don't write it on my profile. Maybe I should.
What was an option?
Yeah.
At least it seemed like it was an option.
Casually looking. Oh, that was one of her emoji.
No,
categories?
I take that, but no, she actually no. She threw an emoji in front of it and then typed it out. So you're gonna use that?
That's well phrased. Casually looking for something serious, meaning like she's not one of those that's like,
I'm not gonna jump right in.
Totally, but she's also like, oh yeah, maybe I'm not gonna jump right in, but why would you?
Right, no, 100%. So here's one, and this right here is, this to me is a red flag scam for somebody who's 25. About me. I just broke up with my boyfriend and I feel lonely.
Oh, perfect.
And here's the best part. Yep. If you want to Snapchat me.
Yes. Her match is athlete. Yeah.
Everybody matches athlete or drama.
She's looking for athlete and the athlete's looking for her.
Exactly. Yeah. And then of course
it all works out.
Yeah. And of course, this one is, as we've already touched on, I rarely come here. My Instagram is this.
Yes.
Yeah. I just, yeah. So what do you guys find? What are the trends that you find? What are the patterns that you fall into? Yeah. What do you include the swipe left if you're any of this automatically? I don't. Do you do that?
Wait, say that again.
Do you include in your bio?
No.
Anything that turns you?
No.
Anything that says swipe left?
I want them to show me everything that they are. So I don't want them to be tiptoeing around anything. I wanted them to be like, I wanted them to show me everything. I had no, like, that's a no for me until I met them in person. Yeah.
What about you guys? Is there anything that is there a no for you? Oh God, I can't believe you just used that phrase.
No. I love that.
Anything that's just a turn off for you that's automatically swipe left. We'd love to hear it. Put it in the comments down below. Or again, email it to us at mostcompatible.podcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. And we're still looking for horror stories.
Or ghosting stories as well, since we covered that last week.
Yes.
So on that note, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with a friend if you're listening to us on your favorite podcast platform. Be sure to leave a 5-star review and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
So, until next time, keep swiping.